Oh, how's it going? This stream is cursed, man. Like every single time I come on, I always get like at least a little bit like a cold or something. I was fine until this morning. So if you hear me blowing my nose or anything like that, I'll try to do it away from the mic, but yeah. Hopefully it's not a bother. Sorry I wasn't able to do this like a couple hours ago when the chapter released. I have not been sleeping well, so I've been getting up pretty late. But, you know, that's fine. We'll wait for people to, come and get their notifications and stuff. Anyway, yeah, but new chapter. I've seen the title. That's it. That's all I've seen of it so far. Just because I wanted to check manga decks to make sure that I was up. I think it's like His Name is Charming Man, which I think that's a Smith song or something. I don't listen to the Smiths, so I'm not entirely sure. But also the whole like His Name is Diavolo chapter naming scheme, which like I don't think that means anything to do with Diavolo. Araki just uses that a lot at this point. I think he did it for Anasui as well, and one or two other characters. I don't remember which, but I recall him using it pretty often. Also, this isn't related to anything, but I feel your pain of getting defeated turn 1 by Yugi in Duel Links. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is certainly a game. Alright. Let's give it a little bit more and we'll start the chapter. Don't want to have too much delay. Also, what kind of name is Charming Man? There's no way that's the rock guy's name, right? The presumed rock human. I mean, got some dumb names in JoJo, but Charming Man would be up there. Yeah, it's a very Kojima name. Alright. I think we're gonna just like get started. The audio is alright, right? Like no problems, no it's not too loud, the background music. Just wanted to play some P3, you know, because it's relevant. It's fine? Alright, cool. Yeah, this will probably be good for it. Alright. So, begin. His name is Charming Man. The group heads to Oahu. And there he is. I guess he is actually becoming, what's it? Like a party member. Very strange to be getting a new character at this point, after we have like a very firmly established quartet from the beginning. But you know, I'm not against it. I think it's fun. The average rainfall in August is 30 millimeters. If one looks up towards the east on a mostly cloudless day from a resort in Kailua Kona, they'll gaze upon the volcano known as Hualalai. A lot of Hawaiian terminology. If I mispronounce something, I apologize. On the largest island of the Hawaiian archipelago. This place, the island of Hawaii, is also known as the Big Island. Its highest point is measured at 10,203 meters from the seafloor, making it the tallest mountain on Earth. The tallest peak, the tallest mountain on Earth. Huh. That's very interesting, because that's like the same sort of logic that I was using for the Fujiyama stuff when it came to JOJOLands. The tallest peak is Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea? That sounds right. 4,205 meters, followed by Mauna Loa, 4,169 meters. And then the third is Hualalai, 2,521 meters. Though it's been quiet ever since the eruption in 1801, it's considered to be an active volcano. There's not a single river that flows on its land. Yeah. Go, 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 go. You're too slow, Malka. Out of the way or I'll send you flying. You sure are being wild today, big bro. What's got you excited? Are you thinking of doing an Ironman triathlon? You know, it's a 2-mile swim race once we get to the beach. Yeah. Oh, fallen tree, watch out. Another fallen tree coming up. Oh, he just disappeared. Malka? Hey, Malka. What happened? Malka? Where are you? Malka, tell me if you can hear me. What are you doing? Where'd you go, Malka? What? Oh, it's the sort of the stand user. big, bro. Uh. Malka. Huh. Is he like drowning? I can't really tell. Like he's trapped under the water, I think. It just said that there was no rivers, so what exactly? LA departed, Honolulu now boarding, San Francisco departed, Koa. Oh yeah, we really gotta buy a souvenir for our mama. Something around $30 ought to be good. Would be a good souvenir to bring from the island of Hawaii. Oh, I know. That'd have to be macadamia nuts or some Kona coffee, right? Yeah, about that. Mama has another allergy. Something funny about the way he's just sitting there. Hey, mind if I ask something? What sort of music have you been listening to lately? Sia, her, and Zia. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these artists' names, sorry. I suppose. Oh, all artists with 3-letter names. I always get them mixed up. But all of them have got killer albums. Yeah, you can say that again. Of course he's a music fan. Hey, Jodio. Forget music. Ain't there a whole ton of other stuff you ought to be asking him? Come on, like who he is, for example? What's your name, dude? How old are you? Oh, yeah, let's start with a name. Charming man. I'm 21. Charming man. That's a name? Charming man. You're an adult, huh? It's very, it's not like usual for JoJo characters in universe to react to someone's name as if it's strange. Cause like, you got names like Mrs. Robinson. You got names like, what else? Like all these bizarre names. And like, people just like take it at face value. Charming man sounds like a aristocracy type name, you know? If we're gonna go like on the logic of JoJo names, I guess. Okay, so we're in a win-win relationship here. We're gonna make some money. About the lava rock. Why were you monitoring it? What'd you need it for? I was born on the island of Hawaii. There's a valley in the northern part of the island, but there's no water source on Hualalai. All the rain the place gets is always absorbed into the ground. There's not a single river there. But there was a place on Hualalai where water had welled up to the surface. Wind was blowing there too. That lava rock fragment flowed out of there. It came out of a big lava tube, a type of cave opening. The mangaka is a bizarre dude, but he's not my enemy. He picked the lava rocks up by coincidence, and then he brought them to his villa to investigate what was special about them. I was interested in them too. Lava tube. Hey there, you got a second? Dang, you sure are pretty, just lovely. If you're looking for a Hawaii souvenir, I've got a real great lineup right here. Take a look, won't you? Ta-da! You know everything I carry are top-class genuine articles. No shady business here. Oh, did the watch finally come back? How about one of these watches? They're real, you know. These things normally cost 80,000 bucks. But to celebrate meeting such beauty today, I'm doing a flash sale. I'm making them just $800 just for you. Dragona-chan, isn't that? You're kidding me. Look at that one. It couldn't be. You got nothing to worry about with my stuff. They're the same as the top class brands. This ain't like the fake stuff you find them selling on the streets in Hong Kong. They're legit. Is that it? How did it get here to the airport? It's that watch, but the hands aren't moving, looks like. Oh my. You're quite a shrewd eye, don't you? Alright, I'll let it go for $80. How about it? Kinda smells like fish. Wait, you think it fell into the ocean? Oh my god. Ugh, dang, you two are mad perceptive. You got me beat. Alright, how about $30? That's my final offer. Can't make it any cheaper than that. Huh? $30? Seriously, 30? And sold for $30. Came back. I wonder if they didn't actually pay for it. It might have actually like come back to them even then without them having to pay for it. Please remove all accessories. I'm going to have to touch your head now. I need to check your hair ornaments. Wait, are you wanting me to go to Oahu too? Yeah, if you need the lava rock like we do, charming man. Onto the plane, okay? Don't bring any weapons. Do you guys want to make yourself rich with that lava rock? That ain't gonna happen. You'll understand that once each of you drops out, I expect. Rocky laying on the treachery and the don't trust anyone real heavy here. They're off. Finally got off the island. What the hell do you people think you're doing? Bring that dog back here. Why are you making like you're all leaving already? Why are you getting in your cars? It's the hole right here, right below here. You gotta hurry and look for him. It was that lava tube hole. Hey now, take it easy. I'm sure your younger brother will come back safe and sound in not too long. He'll probably be all, yo, what's up? You're sure he's not in town right now grabbing some pizza with a girl at a cafe or something? Huh? Wait, don't just leave. He slid down the hole. My brother freaking fell. My little brother Malka is somewhere inside that cave. You and your brother, you were quarreling around the outskirts of your farm yesterday, isn't that right? We got a report about it. Your little brother is a miner, correct? Do the two of you fight often? The hell are you getting at? Well, there's no water flowing around here. It's actually quite dry, I'd say. In fact, no matter how much it rains here in Hualalai, there's no water source. There's nowhere any river flows from. And you have an arrest record, right? You injured a policeman on Highway 180 about a year ago, correct? Huh. It's got nothing to do with any of this. What's that got to do with any of this? What's that got anything to do with this? All brothers argue sometimes. That's completely irrelevant. I need you guys to find my brother. Yeah, I admit I committed a traffic violation back then. My skin's been coarse and sandy ever since I was born. That's just my physical disposition. Rocky! And when the police officer back then grabbed my arm, he grabbed it so hard his palm scraped against it and turned red. Hey, listen up you. Calm down. So you're saying your little brother disappeared? I wonder where he might be. But if he didn't just come back on his own and we started an investigation, it would start with you. We got our eyes on you. Got that? What are you talking about? Just do your job. Our job. You know, it costs money for us to do a whole search out here in the mountains. We don't want to burden the taxpayers with that, right? How about you pay for it? Just scrape some funds together and get back to us. Thanks. Also, this whole area is private property, so don't blame us if you get shot by somebody. Wait, you gotta find my brother. Someone find my brother. My little brother, Malka, didn't turn up again in the end. Where did he go? Ever since then, I never saw a drop of water in this area. As for lava tubes, there's lots of them on this volcano. Big tubes, small tubes. And I have no idea how long they are or how deep they go. I'm certain that back then, there was water flowing here. But now I don't see a single drop of water flowing anywhere. There's Rohan. There's someone there. Huh? It's gotta be an outsider. Strikes me as a tourist. Bills. Is that money? Scattering dollar bills around. He keeps picking them up and scattering them again. Interesting. He's like testing out the lava rock. Who is he exactly? He's collecting something. Those bills he's scattering. Those things he's picking up from under them. Those lava rocks. There's some connection. Uphill from here. There's the hole my brother fell in, the lava tube. Ah, she's back. Looks like it's the real thing. Well done, all of you. You got your $6 million diamond. You got the $6 million diamond. Elme, high school principal, fashion boutique proprietress, boss, housewife. You must be exhausted from your trip to the island of Hawaii. And I told you not to steal anything else, but then you went and picked up an original drawing from a mangaka, a bottle of high-class wine, and a broken watch. Well, I suppose that's fine. I still need to actually sell the diamond. But here are the shares I promised each of you. Check that it's all there. Ooh, yes! Jodio, I'm so excited! I'm 17 years old, I just made money for the first time in my life. I'm getting emotional here. Okay, that reaction makes me think that, like, he's not quite as associated with Merome as we might have thought. Locking it. So, I have a number of acquaintances in various places, and those acquaintances are important people, each with their own responsibilities. For example, people working at hotels, newspaper companies, and at customs. Some folks inside the police departments as well. And on that note, I never got word from anyone on the island of Hawaii that there was a robbery, or that a thief had snuck into a villa and there being fears about public safety or any of those sorts of standard reports. Don't you think that's rather odd? Why would that be? You took over 6 hours to steal that diamond. You're hiding something important from me, isn't that right? You'd best tell me now before you get into trouble down the line. Before you start having a hard time and come crying to me. Tell me what happened on that island. Well, you see, I thought about telling you Merome, but it's really hard to explain. It's gonna end up being a long story, like really long. Long? What did you do? Please speak up. Look there. Oh, it like basically teleported out. No, wait, it didn't. It couldn't have teleported out. She locked in the safe. She was keeping an eye on it, and it's just suddenly out of the safe. But Rohan had it locked up in the safe, and it seemed to be fine. I don't know. The limitations seem odd. There's more we didn't tell you, Merome. About 2 more things, I guess. You see, we actually have a new friend outside. He's waiting for us right now. His name is Charming Man. Please hold on, you're gonna wait a minute, everyone. I'm thinking this could be interesting. What is Merle's idea? Alright, and that's the chapter. Huh. Interesting. A lot to think about. A skin condition, huh, Rocky? That man is either the trolliest motherfucker around, or there's something more to that. No way he just finishes having like this massive part with like all this stuff about their like body is made out of rocks or whatever, and he does that and he has no idea what he's doing. Like he's completely he's not. He's either like intentionally trolling us or like there's more to it than that. I really want like even if he's not like an actual just like regular rock human. Didn't Aisho describe it as a skin condition to his girlfriend or something like that? I don't think so. Uh, I might be misremembering though. Rock humans have moist and erotic skin? I don't remember that. Hmm. Hold on, let me get my corkboard thing set up. Charming Man's makeup disappears momentarily. Page 5. Hold on, let me see. Huh. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is Charming Man. Odd. That might just be an oversight, but hmm. I'm gonna assume it's an oversight because I'm not sure what that would mean if it wasn't. Just give me a sec. Yeah, I didn't dislike the chapter. I don't really know how to feel about it though. I'm really like curious as to what uh the original what's it called? What am I thinking of? The original, you know, the original like chapter, the first chapter, the ending of it where like no one like even if we had more people still wouldn't have been enough. They seem to have accomplished their mission just fine. So like what was that about? What does Rocky mean by that? I'm still not sure what this part is about. Like it feels kind of aimless right now. I wouldn't say it's aimless. It's also very early on. Like keep that in mind. At this point in JOJOLian, we were just at the end of like the chapter after the family tree. So we had just like gotten our idea of like where we were heading, and then went to the Born This Way arc. Same thing Charming Man meant when you said when you all drop out, the lava rock is going to get them into deep trouble. That feels like more of an overarching thing though. Like inevitably, this is going to cause them like a lot of problems, and they're going to start arguing and stuff like that. Julian had the identity mystery from the very beginning, and we also have in JoJoLands like Jodio's goal of being filthy rich from the very beginning. So like on that level, I think there's pretty much the same amount of like direct like idea of what is going on exactly. Hold on, let me bring up. We can go through the chapter again from the beginning. Hold on. Yeah, but the filthy rich goal is stupid. I have no investment in that brat's goal. Uh, well, I guess your mileage may vary on that, but that is what we're doing here. That like we're going in a clear direction. It's what's called, like that's our main goal. But like I see it going more in like a Breaking Bad route than anything else, which I think should be interesting. But Breaking Bad, the point where it becomes something that like gets really interesting is when like infighting and stuff starts happening. The actual act of like attaining money and building the empire doesn't really mean much if it doesn't come into conflict with other groups. And I think either next arc or the arc following it, we're going to get conflict with Meryl May. That or Meryl May facilitates this for a good while and then we get into conflict with her. But she's not lasting to the end. Although she maybe I'm just like being swayed too easily, but she kind of had the vibes of a main villain at the end, but who really knows? Like I don't see her being the main villain, even though I would be interested. But like there's no way they stay allied with Meryl May the whole way through. Bucerati versus Diavolo type portrayal. Yeah, but if that kind of implies that like Meryl May would be the main villain, which like it's possible, but I see her if we're doing like if we're playing the counterpart game, I see her being more like a version of Popo. I just don't I see them like somehow growing beyond her at a certain point, Because this is a story about one person becoming filthy rich. Like they make a Rocky makes a big point of this, bringing up multiple times, and you know, if they're underlings to Meryl May, that's not gonna happen. Like he could make Rocky kill Jonathan. He could make Jodia the villain. Villain, I guess. Uh, Antagonist, no. Like like if you want to make an argument for like a sort of light Yagami type villain protagonist, yeah, I could potentially see that Walter White sort of villain protagonist, yeah. But talking main antagonist, it's either going to be someone also trying to achieve the same goal as him or someone trying to stop him from achieving his goal. So that could be like law enforcement, or that could be another like mafia type person, sort of like Diablo. But I don't think it's going to be exactly like Diablo because Araki's been keeping it fairly fresh with the main antagonists of the new continuity. Ooh, Cat's Eyes being like implemented into a future like stand heist would be pretty cool. Yeah, because they got the wires. You could do like a Mission Impossible sort of thing with that. That'd be awesome. I really want to see that. I want to see these like bumbling little shits turn into like real legitimate uh you know heist thieves, whatever. That'd be amazing. I thought Araki was beyond the main villain thing, and then Toru happened. You can't be beyond having a main antagonist. That's just like a it's just like such a core part of writing conflicts. Like any single person versus person like storyline is going to need something like that. But let's start going back through the chapter a bit. Starting with this. I like this cover. Pretty good. Again, very feels very strange to be adding a fifth Terror Quartet at this point. But it's fine. You seem somewhat amicable, but at the same time, you know, also very interesting that like his character is kind of being defined as like the older brother. Because I wonder if siblings might be a more common theme throughout this part than they were in previous parts. Because we did kind of have like a common occurrence of siblings in JOJOLian, but at the same time we didn't because the Higashikata family was barely focused on half the time. It became more about like mothers and uh, like the whole sort of thing of like offspring and stuff like that. I think the main villain faction will be Meryl McHugh's organization. They'll learn about the Rock's power from a heist and will do anything they can to get it. Um, if you're speaking as like Meryl McHugh as like a subordinate of a larger organization, yeah, potentially that gets a bit too close to how Golden Wind worked, I think. Uh, because that's just like that's literally just what Polpo was. So I don't know if we'll be getting that close to it, but at the same time, uh, I think Meryl McHugh as like the leader of an organization also doesn't make a lot of sense because like think about it, she's like a a principal, like she has how many jobs, but a lot of them wouldn't be necessary if she had like a bunch of underlings. I don't know. Opinion on the trip update. Who? Charming Man? Uh, it's all right. I don't know. I can't remember what his original outfit was. The main villain is the American schooling system. Uh, yeah, yeah. Usagi looks so killable. You're not wrong. Araki, Araki kind of likes to play with people's emotions that way. Killing Meryl and making it look like a suicide would be pretty pulpo. Yeah. I do think like our current trajectory is like one more heist arc with Meryl leading them at this point because she knows about the whole thing. And then like once that's done, like they're like, okay, maybe something about this isn't fair, or we're being used when we could just be making money ourselves from Jodio or something. Like some kind of like seeds of mistrust are sown, and it starts the whole like collapse of everything starts with them taking out Meryl and trying to build an organization of their own. It'd be interesting if Jodio like made himself into like a Diavolo type figure, wouldn't it? Huh. Re siblings, the Joestar family in the SBR verse. I noticed that usually only one sibling survives: Johnny and Nicholas, Barbara Ann, and Holly Josuke, and Holly, Josuke, Yoshikage, and Kei. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call Josuke the brother of Yoshikage. That whole thing's a bit weird. Also, we don't know the current status of Holly, so I don't know. Jodio develops second personality, and that personality's name Saruki. Yeah, we're back to Jajolian brain rot. Ah, all right. Charming Man actually lied about his backstory so people would feel bad for him. Who names their child Charming Man? Like, actually. Uh, all right, so they're just like at the airport talking about music. I like how Jodio's being characterized here. Like his first line is about Dua Lipa. Like, this isn't he's like a big music thing. He's a big music person, which is funny because it just gives Araki an excuse to talk about music more, as he always wants to. Ah, the Misty Mellotron. Yes. There is like something worth considering with Charming Man, like with regards to the whole rock human thing. Uh, there's no way he wouldn't know he's a rock human. Like that's just not a thing that can happen as far as like the traditional birth of a rock human is concerned, right? So either one, uh he was like he didn't have a regular birth as a rock human with regards to like the whole wasp thing. Like maybe he was just raised by a human. Uh or two, he's not like a pure-blooded rock human. He's a rock human and human descendant. It would have to be one of those two. then again, he could also just have a skin condition, which screw you, Araki. Trolley ass. Goddamn, chapter 99 was stupid. I mean, like, I liked it at first, but the more you think about it, the more it starts to unravel. Like, everything we know about rock humans. New retcon, rock humans never existed. Those dudes were just tripping balls in the forest. Ah, you ever see a baby on LSD? Malka means towards the mountains. Hold on. Let me, I want to look that up actually. Yeah. Inland towards the mountains. That makes sense. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Ma, which is, I assume, in. Yeah. Mauka, inland, upland, towards the mountains, shoreward. If that's sea. So it's like kind of inland water themed, which makes sense for what happens. Every single rock human standard has had the additional property of giving their user a rock-like physique. I wouldn't doubt it. Rock human biology is strange. Maka was named after how he would die. Charming Man will be killed by Charming Man. Who is that? They're all so charming. You know, Charming Man doesn't have any spike rows on him like the rock humans from JJL did, unless you could count his hair as a spike row. I mean, Jobin had the same spike row stuff, so I don't know how, like, literally you should take that. I still can't believe Jodio was introduced. Like, I was just jamming out to Dua Lipa. Like, that's his introductory sentence. That's so, uh, it's so funny. This is a good panel. Hold on. Sup, dudes? I'm Charming Man. I'm 21. I don't know. I don't really have any strong feelings toward this chapter, which is odd because, like, I saw people saying at the very beginning of the stream that, like, I was gonna hate it or something, and I don't know why. Like, I can't really pick out anything in particular that's bad about it, or even just like bad at first glance. Put the panel where the cast receives payment. Sure thing. Uh, yeah, you're right. That was pretty cute. Look at these dorks. Walleyes, I mean lava tubes. I mean lava tubes are a real thing. They exist. For Charming Man could be a bait and switch where he's making you think he's a rock human, but it's really just his stand, that the skin is just a property of his stand that he could have had since birth. Rocky, this is the third time this month that you've introduced a bait and switch for a rock human in the JoJoLands. Uh, it would have been a great question to ask how and when Charming Man got his stand, but I guess knowing that his favorite music artists all have three letters is more important. You can't ask that in JoJo. Come on. It's like asking someone to show their butthole. Quote, Narusuke Higashikata. I know it's really easy. I'm convinced Charming Man is pulling a weather report and it's not his real name at all. Like, I know it's really easy to just accept it as an Arakiism, but his brother just has a normal name. True, but I can. There's been a few instances, I think, where just like the important character has like a bizarre name and like the minor character that is a part of their backstory just has like a regular name. So I don't think like we should be automatically assuming that, but yeah, it's possible that he's using an alias. And if he is, it's probably like something that we would immediately be like, what's up with that if we heard it. My name is Charming Man. Charming Man, hualalai. You know? If I say I love the main cast stands, it's normal, but if I say I love their assholes, it's wrong. Literally 1984. Uh, yeah, like that would be a cute thing to do for Charming Man's stand name. Make it an also three-letter artist, REM or ELO. I like that. That's fun. Electric Light Orchestra actually is a really good name for that stand too. Huh. I hope it's ELO now. Run DMC counts almost. Could just be DMC. I have the Devil May Cry stand. What else is there? I immediately went to the end of the chapter again. I'm not all that interested in Charming Man's backstory, to be honest. Like, they're just biking, and then his brother falls in a magic river. Uh, I guess it's kind of interesting that like there's a theme being set up with law enforcement abusing their power, but you know, aside from that, there's not really much to it. I would be interested if like the final main antagonist of this whole part is like a major like figure in law enforcement or something like that. It's not a magic river, it's the devil's piss. Okay, calm down. Like I said it before, but I would really be interested in like a sort of detective counterpart to Jojo's thief, you know? Were you bothered at all by the jump from the end of the last chapter to the start of this one? It was a bit jarring, but I'm glad we're moving forward. No, I think it was fine. Like, it was a bunch of stuff that they didn't really need to show on screen. Because, like, by the end of the chapter, we had Paco basically saying, hey, let this dude live. We're gonna let him join us or something like that. And start of this chapter, we were like, hey, so we did the thing that I said. So yeah, I think that's fine. Especially since like it doesn't seem like they're completely, you know, on board with each other currently. He's just joining them in Oahu for the time being to keep an eye on the lava rock. Also, where is it? Here. Araki is being like very on the nose with this to the point on which I'm considering maybe that it's supposed to be just like misleading, like a bait and switch. The whole thing with like, all right, Rohan was saying don't trust anyone. Basically, Charming Man is now saying you're gonna drop out one by one. Like they're being very on the nose about the fact that Jodio shouldn't really be trusting anyone, which I think that's just we could go two directions with it. One, actual treachery. Uh Also like originally Usagi kind of like dipping out for a moment and then he actually saves them. It's kind of like trying to sow seeds of doubt. I think we'd go two directions with it. One direction is either there is actual treachery, and the other direction is just like Jodio gets paranoid enough about treachery that it causes conflict. Or both. It could be both. Is it just me or does Charming Man kind of look like the Joker? Uh, kind of. He has the kind of doesn't have like similar hair, but you know. Charming Man's not a rock human. Rocky doesn't reuse those kinds of plot elements between parts. Uh, Jojolian, Saint's Corpse, Devil's Palm, original continuity, The Stand Arrow, everything about Dio, vampires. What else? We had a bunch of stuff about the Steel Ball Run race in JOJOLian. Uh, the Stone Mask. Araki absolutely reuses stuff between parts. The overarching stuff, it goes from like part to part, it's refreshed basically. But in this case, we're at what is likely the final part of the entire series. Uh, Likely the final part of the new continuity. We have a part that is named in the similar vein to JoJolian in the JoJoLands. Like, if he repeated a lot of stuff from JoJolian, that would be like the opposite of surprising. Like, that's to be expected. Like, it would act as like a culmination of what we've been building up to after all this time. No Alolan Rock humans in the JoJo lands. It's Jover. God, I hope he's related to the Rock human somehow. Like, as much as I don't want them as the main antagonist force, I would really like a party member that's somewhat rock human. I would redeem them as a concept so much. I do kind of get the vibe of Pillarmen from the Rock Humans though, because they're explicitly supposed to be like somewhat based on the Pillarmen to the point where we even had Joseph technically fighting Toru. Like that was the whole deal of Radio Gaga. Rocky fucks with Aeonstar 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, that's my life. I can't win with this man. The way the brother disappeared really was Radio Gaga-esque, huh? Less so, I would say Radio Gaga-esque, in more so that both that and Radio Gaga were very cryptid-esque, you know? Like mysterious occurrence out in the woods or whatever. Like cryptids, yokai, whatever. The sort of thing that you would see in a The Spoke chapter. So yeah, they go to yeah, abuse of law enforcement. Abuse by law enforcement seems to be like a big theme, running theme of JoJoLands so far. I wouldn't be surprised if the main antagonist was like a part of law enforcement. And then Rohan testing out the effects of the lava rock. Although I will say, like every time we see something like that, it's kind of starting to repeat itself. Like Araki would kind of do with the equivalent exchange towards the end of JoJolian. I do want to see like new elaboration on what the lava rock actually does. But you know, I don't know why. I really like this one panel of Meryl May. Like something about it just looks really cool. I think it's her hair. Let me get this like over here or something. This one. Ooh, this one. I don't know. Something about her looks cool in this. Rachu and police officer main villain. We're just gonna start like stacking adjectives over everything. Abuse of law enforcement has been strong since part two. I would say it was mainly a part two thing. Uh oh, also Stone Ocean. Yeah, that makes sense. Like we're doing another like probably part that's going to be like based mostly on Golden Wind and Stone Ocean. Like that's the main thing tying the two of them together. Abuse of law enforcement. So, well, Golden Wind actually it didn't really have much like law enforcement involved. I guess it's mostly part two and Stone Ocean. Hmm. But yeah, it was definitely a big thing in Stone Ocean. Every American part, coincidentally enough, is about that topic. Ooh, also this one panel. It's nice seeing like Meryl May after like nearly a year at this point. And this one panel gives me for some reason major funny Valentine vibes. You know? Not the only one, right? She's kind of got that same like look about her that Funny Valentine would often get. The main villain should be a personal fight rather than someone behind an organization. But if they're not behind an organization, how can they throw wave after wave of useless minion against the protagonist? I'm worried about what Charmy said. You'll understand once each of you drops out. I don't trust that fucking lava rock. Charmy is a that's a fun nickname for Charming Man. Charmy B. Yeah, it's a similar close up that Fat Valentine had. Yeah, kind of demo vibes, I guess. Charmy, I like Charmy. I'm gonna go with Charmy. Charmy is fun. Anyway, I think we're nearly done. If you have anything you want to ask, now would be the time to do it. 'Cause surprisingly, there wasn't much to talk about for this chapter. There wasn't an announcement of like a break or anything, right? I don't think there was. Doesn't say anything here. Just says to be continued. No announcement? Yeah, alright. Okay, I'm just putting bets out right now. I think Charmy is going to be wearing brown. I think he's a very Shueisha brown top coated character. No, not just the top. His entire like outfit is going to be a single shade of brown. That's my guess. He's going to be very Lang Wrangler in color because that's what Shueisha would do. It's not what I want, but it's what Shueisha would do. Bets on Charming Man stand name Starman. I'm down with like ELO as someone said earlier. I think ELO is a good pick for his stand name. We're probably gonna get another colored manga volume soon because volume 3 I believe is in April, so it's probably when we're gonna get volume 2 of the colored manga because they refuse to have much spacing between the two of them for some reason. What was the author's note? That's a good question. Let me see if I can find it. I went to Osaka recently and the udon there was delicious. Not to discount Tokyo's, but there's something about it that you can't really get here. You know what I mean? So yeah, more Rockyisms. And you should color Charmy before Shueisha does. I'll leave that to other people. To be honest, I don't. I'm very busy recently with working on Wireless Angel stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll try, but change of subject. Thoughts on P3R? Not many thoughts on it because I streamed it once for 2 hours. Half of that was spent just fiddling with the settings and have not played it since because I've been busy. I kind of want to get back on Twitch and stream more of that soon. So if you're interested, check that out. The stuff you're doing for Wireless Angels on Twitter looks sick. Thank you. That's appreciated. I really want to be able to make like a devlog series about it. But to do that, I want to at least have like some part of it like playable, at least for B-roll. I want like at least the very basics of the battle system done. So, and that requires like a lot of modeling work to mostly be completed. Hopefully I can do something like that soon though. Yeah, I think we're done here. Yeah, all right, chapter. I enjoyed it. Hoping next month's chapter has I hope it has more charming. All right. See you all next time. We'll be here again next month, I guess. Again, same time as usual. All right. See ya.